Question number 5 from Stephanie Morse. My husband doesn't believe in God, and our 6-year-old has started to notice and is asking why Daddy doesn't believe. How should I approach this in a way that's helpful and honors my husband and God? Stephanie, this is a hugely challenging question, and I can only probably give you some counsel, and take it with a grain of salt because I'm not in your situation, but I'm going to speak as someone who's had a little experience with this, as doing youth ministry for many years and talking to kids who have parents, one who's Christian, one who's not. I've seen it many times. What I normally see with kids is most of the time they will try to find a middle ground between their parents. So they'll say, I'm Christian and I'm atheist. I'm Christian and I'm Mormon. I'm Christian and I'm Buddhist. They'll often try to find a middle ground because to them it's the belonging with their parents that is the chief motivator here. So one thing I would want to recommend is not trying to fight your daughter identifying, or is it your son? I don't know, your 6-year-old. I would say don't fight the relationship your kid has with their father. And I'm obviously wouldn't intentionally do this, but I mean, think about how you talk about these issues so that you don't do it in a way that undermines that relationship or respect that your kid has for their father. That's really important. And hopefully he does the same thing for you. I don't know if he'll do that or not. With your kid, your kid's going to be exposed to these things. What I would recommend is focus first on preparing yourself. And this means studying into and learning some apologetics that graciously answer the issues that your husband has about God. When you know you have really solid, thoughtful answers and not just, you drive me nuts kind of answers, but thoughtful, solid answers, then you can slowly over the years, don't panic over any moment here, over the years, equip your kid with answers to those questions, not as a way of competing, but as a way of informing. Yeah, Daddy thinks this, Mommy thinks this because of this reason. And I think that will hopefully create unity, because you don't want to cause division. But if you're not causing it, if it's caused by, even though you're taking every effort to be godly here, if it's caused by your husband, that's not your fault. You just, as much as is possible, it depends on you, live peaceably with all people, Romans says. So we try to do that. So I'd recommend avoid the panic thing. If you hear a word come out of your kid's mouth that sounds scary, don't avoid reacting in the moment. React like a parent who's thinking, over the next 18 years, how important will this moment be? Not just, am I reacting today? But when you have good, solid answers, so apologetics resources and looking into thoughtful explanations for the questions and the challenges, you will grow and you will be able to help your child grow. They're thinking, another way to do this that's kind of like an end run around some of the topics is developing their critical thinking skills. And so I'd recommend you look in the Foundation Worldview curriculum that Elizabeth Urbanowicz puts together. I think it's just called Foundation Worldview, the website. Check it out. They have curriculum there that helps educate kids, helps parents educate Christian kids through simple, low time commitment lessons on how to work through sort of principles that are super important for thinking that become the foundation for having conversations about God. I'll put it that way. I recommend you guys check it out.